Apple's thin obsession is back. Is iPhone Air a step backward? What if I told you that Apple's obsession with making things thinner is returning in a big way? And not just lightly, not just in whispers, but in a bold, defining way. The kind of way where the next iPhone might change shape entirely. The kind of way where Apple decides that the future isn't about power, or bigger batteries, or rugged designs, but about thinness again. And yes, the name people are whispering already is the iPhone Air. Before we react to that, before we celebrate it, or criticize it, or call back old memories of bending iPads and overheating MacBook Airs, let's take a step back. Let's understand what Apple is actually trying to do. Because companies like Apple never move randomly. Every shift, every design change, every removal of a port or button leads towards something. Remember when Apple removed the headphone jack? People were angry. The internet exploded. Reviewers made jokes, memes, entire careers off of mocking that decision. But look around today. Every major phone followed. That wasn't just a design change. That was Apple forcing the world to move. Now, we're staring at a similar moment. Apple is preparing to make the iPhone thinner than it has been in years. Not just a little thinner, but dramatically thinner. And the question hanging in the air is simple. Is this progress? Or is this a step backward disguised as advancement? Because here's the truth. Every time technology becomes thinner, something is sacrificed. And historically, we know exactly what goes first. Battery life, thermal performance, durability. In other words, convenience. The everyday comfort of using your phone without thinking about it. Think about your daily life for a moment. You wake up, you check your phone before your eyes are fully open. You scroll, you message, you watch, you search, you navigate. Your phone is your map, your wallet, your notebook, your entertainment, your lifeline. So ask yourself, do you really want that device to have less battery just so it looks slimmer in your hand? It's a real question, and there's fear hidden inside it. Not fear of missing a feature, but fear of losing reliability. Fear of a dead battery at the wrong moment. Fear of watching the percent drop while you still need to send one more message, finish one more task, make one more call. This is why the idea of a thinner iPhone makes people nervous. Not because thin is bad, but because of what thin has cost us before. The MacBook Air got so thin that it struggled to cool itself. The iPad Pro got so thin that it bent in backpacks. Apple knows this history. We know this history. And yet, here we are again. The cycle returns. But the story isn't only about fear. There is excitement too. Because when Apple focuses on thinness, the result is often beautiful, clean, minimal, elegant. A product that doesn't just work but feels like art. A device that disappears into your life because it is so effortless to hold and carry. There is power in simplicity, in design that melts into your lifestyle instead of demanding attention. Imagine an iPhone so lightweight you forget it's in your pocket. One that feels like holding a piece of polished future. That's not just marketing, that's emotional design. That is Apple's greatest strength. They don't create devices, they create experiences, but there is another layer, a deeper one. And if we don't look at it, we miss the entire point. Apple may not just be making the iPhone thinner to make it thinner. Apple may be preparing us for life after the iPhone. Think about it. Vision Pro, Apple glasses, spatial computing. Apple is slowly shifting the center of your digital world away from your hand and toward your eyes, toward your surroundings, toward an always-on, always-present interface that no longer needs to be held. If the future device is on your face, the phone becomes secondary, a companion, a gateway, a relay. And if the phone is no longer the main device, thin suddenly makes sense. It becomes a subtle tool, not the centerpiece. So is iPhone Air a step backward? Or is it a step towards something larger than we've realized? Let's reset for a second. Think back to when you had an older phone, maybe something heavier, thicker, maybe even plastic. Those phones were durable. Drop it on concrete, it bounces. Throw it across a couch, it survives. And yes, maybe it was bulky. Maybe it wasn't beautiful, but it felt secure, strong, reliable. Modern phones, meanwhile, can crack from a 1-foot fall. We joke about it. But deep down, we know we lost something. Thinness demands fragility, and fragility demands replacement. Replacement demands money, and money keeps the machine moving. If you've ever dropped your iPhone and heard that terrifying glass-on-tile sound, you know exactly what I mean. It's not just a sound, it's a heartbreak. So yes, a thinner iPhone raises the concern that we are stepping backward into fragility again. But here is where urgency enters. Apple has spent years improving efficiency. Chips are cooler. Displays use less power. Batteries hold charge smarter, not just longer. It's possible, not guaranteed, but possible, that Apple finally has the technology to make a thin device without the usual sacrifices. If they can do that, if they can deliver both beauty and reliability, then iPhone Air could be one of the most meaningful upgrades in years. Not because it is thinner, but because it represents Apple finally achieving what they have always chased: technology that feels invisible. So we are standing in a moment of uncertainty, tension, a crossroad between elegance and durability, between the device we know and the device we might soon outgrow. And the choice isn't about the phone. The choice is about identity. Do you buy something because it is new, or because it makes your life better? Living a wealthy lifestyle isn't about buying every new release. It is about intentionally choosing what supports your goals, your energy, your time, your growth. Not every upgrade is progress, but the right upgrade at the right moment can be a step into the future. If you want to truly understand where Apple is leading us, not just with hardware, but with how we interact with reality itself, watch the video on your screen right now. It breaks down Apple's shift into wearable computing and how it will reshape work, communication, and identity over the next decade. Click the video. I'll meet you there.